There are many aspects of his job Donald Trump is ignoring during his final days in office, actually during all his days in office, like doing anything at all about a pandemic that's killing around 4,000 people a day, helping the least bit with an orderly transition of power, or I don't know, condemning domestic terrorism. But there's one aspect of the job he is keeping up with: awards ceremonies. Probably not the biggest shock from the man who rose to national attention on a reality show. But after awarding fewer than half the number of Presidential Medals of Freedom as his predecessors in a single term, Trump is suddenly giving them out like Happy Meals. And one of the latest recipients, according to multiple reports, Patriots coach Bill Belichik. Now, for those who don't know, the Presidential Medal of Freedom is the nation's highest civilian honor. It was established in 1963 by JFK and is to go to individuals who've made exceptional contributions to the security of national interests of the U.S., to world peace, or to cultural or other significant public or private endeavors. And now it's gone to this guy.
Well, you think having a 37-year-old...
We're on to Cincinnati. It's nothing about the past, nothing about the future. It's right now we're preparing for Cincinnati.
Okay, do you feel like the talent you have here is good?
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
What is your size bill?
Well, I'm just asking, do you think you've done enough to help Tom Brady?
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
Actually, I can see why Trump might particularly appreciate that approach lately. Nonetheless, previous Medal of Freedom recipients include poet Maya Angelou, authors Harper Lee and Toni Morrison, Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, astronauts Neil Armstrong and John Glenn, and civil rights pioneer Rosa Parks. So who's gotten the award under Trump this year? Well, that'd be 3 golfers who, by the way, got their awards the morning after the Capitol Hill riot, and the 2 men who most fiercely defended the president in his first impeachment trial, Republican Congressmen Devin Nunes and Jim Jordan. The former, a man who himself has been linked to efforts to dig up dirt on Joe Biden in Ukraine, and who coordinated with the White House while he was supposedly overseeing the independent House Intelligence Committee's Russia inquiry back in 2017. And the latter, who served as Trump's congressional attack dog against everyone from Robert Mueller to Anthony Fauci, who spent the last several weeks leading the charge to overturn the election, and whom multiple credible witnesses have said ignored their warnings when he was an Ohio State wrestling coach that the team doctor was sexually abusing more than 170 young men. Now, both Nunes and Jordan get to follow in the footsteps of Rush Limbaugh, who got his Trump Medal of Freedom during a surprise ceremony at last year's State of the Union. So who's next? This guy? And why is Belichick getting the nod? Well, his relationship with Trump apparently goes way back. As you may recall, Trump even read a letter of support from Belichick the night before the 2016 New Hampshire primary. Belichick later said that was not written politically, but out of friendship and loyalty, 2 things the president is obviously in need of these days. Makes you wonder how long it'll be until Tom Brady or Mr. Kraft, who gave $1 million to Trump's inaugural fund, get their honors too. And granted, Belichick hasn't said yet whether he'll be accepting the award, but the fact that he didn't come out refusing it the second this story leaked yesterday tells you all you need to know. It is nauseating. I wonder how his players feel about that. You know, the guys who are going out on the field every Sunday, risking COVID exposure because we never even tried to get it under control, many of whom have taken part in Black Lives Matter protests in various forms over the past couple of years and led social justice campaigns only to be met with this.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired?
Funny. You know who else that statement could be applied to these days? What do you think?